Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of uranium. It's one of my favorite sectors. It's very undervalued. Uh, Technically, I mean, a lot of these really took off huge moves today. Hopefully you guys were in it. We were talking, we've been talking on the channel for the past week or two, how I was buying it. Hopefully you guys, got in when I did, and hopefully you're riding it higher. This is the time to hold. This is when you make money. So I'll dive in. I'll give you my opinion, financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. Here we go. So here's the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. You can see what I call this is a bloody nose. You've got a big, tall body candlestick. We call it a big guy or big person. And then we got a little bloody nose. What does that mean? It means that we could have a day or two downward, or we rip higher. It's a small little down day. It is a little bit, it opened up and did close a little bit lower. It is a shadow above this closing price. So we could go back down a little bit, but it's smaller in nature. It's usually a bullish indication so long that the downward movement is small candlesticks. And then I think we'll see a continuation pattern higher. Does it mean that we go higher tomorrow? That I don't know. I can't read that short term, but usually these resolve themselves with small little down days and then another impulse move higher. So that's still looking good. Uranium just rocketing higher. It's up 6.8%. We've got the bullish engulfing pattern here. That was the setup to move higher. We got the move higher right after it. Sometimes, even if you get small little down days that come down like this, it's still bullish to move on up. So either way, it either moves directly after it upward like it has, or you get small little down days and then a big move higher. But that's exactly what we had. We have a bullish hammer candlestick pattern here. It wanted to go lower again. We bounced a little bit. We shot higher with some good volume, slow leak off of sellers. That is what I am describing is a kind of a big kind of stair-stepping pattern like this. See how the up moves are larger than the down moves? And that's exactly a prelude to a big move that's coming. And this is a big move. I mean, we went from $63 all the way to $76 in 3 trading days. So that's been a monster move. And everything looks good. It finished quite strong. The volume's kicking in. It looks good. Bannerman, nice kind of cross pattern. I don't really know where this thing's going. The crosses are really kind of hard to read. If the entire sector moves up, it's probably going to move up with the sector. But big day, 12.7%. This day here is a bullish engulfing. We had a nice little like loner guy down here, and sometimes that indicates a bottom when you gap down, and then you gap back up, and then I think it's an island reversal or whatever they call it. Sometimes you see that. Not that I use it that much, but that's looking good. Goviak's got a little bit of a wick at the top. It traded up there and closed back down. It's right at this resistance line coming on down. It's trying to break out of it. What's cool here is we have this resistance line, this guy here, going across. Pretty straight line I drew. That's impressive. We've got the big up day, then the slow leak off of sellers. Just notice this bullish engulfing pattern. It's gonna break to the upside. It's still leaked off a little bit, and then boom, big move. Came back to the resistance line, came back down, created a cup. So this is a cup and handle pattern, broke out, retest, gone. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. So I think we could see a big move in Goviak's very soon. We just got to break through this resistance line right here. We're trying to do that. We've got volume stepping in. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It looks really good. Hopefully you guys bought down in this section down here. I don't know if I bought any down over here. I did. I don't know. I can't remember where I bought. I bought a whole bunch of Goviaks at some point. Global Atomic also moving up. Good volume. Nice big candlesticks. If we back out, we are right trying to break this resistance line for another move higher, potentially. So I think it looks really good. It hasn't broken out yet, so we'll see what happens. We very well could do another move lower and stay in here for a little bit longer. But again, guys, we'll see. I don't want to project that because we could blow right through it. Forces, another strong one. May the forces be with all of us. A big bullish engulfing pattern here. Started the move, boom, boom, boom. We're back within this pattern. We do have a little wick at the top, which means we sold off a little bit throughout the day, but still looks really good. Pure Point Uranium, nice big bullish engulfing, big volume. It looks, let me back out here a little bit. We go through here. Could go through here, but if we tie it through this guy, if we kind of cut through a little bit, it looks like we're trying to break this downtrend line, if you can tell right there, guys. So, yeah, it looks good. I like it down here. If you guys like Pure Point, that's a Canadian exploration company. Deep Yellow breaking through its downtrend line, clear break, nice strong finish, good volume. It looks very good to continue higher for Deep Yellow, DYLLF. Paladin Energy putting in a monster bullish engulfing pattern, most likely wants to go higher. That looks really good. Nice and juicy pattern there. We've got this guy here that we need to kind of break through, and that's our next step, is to break through that. Sky Harbor. Sky Harbor Resources, it's getting into that resistance area that I said where there's a lot of sellers. We'll see what happens. The buyers and sellers are converging right at this point here. We've broken to the upside. I want to see a nice, good, strong closing through this resistance area. Next Gen Energy, lots of energy in Next Gen, moving on up. Nice, big, strong day, good volume. Looks like I don't know if they released earnings or not. That might have had some effect, but looks really good to move on higher. We got Canalaska, CVVUF. It was an up day, but the momentum did finish downward, up 7.22%. Still looks pretty good. Base load, wow, this thing really finished strong, 13% up. Nice pattern break here. I actually bought it at 50 cents on the dot at this corner here in my health savings account. Go me. We've moved on up. Nice, good, strong day today. It's a bullish engulfing pattern where the opening and closing price engulfs the day before it. And that usually indicates that we are going to move higher still. Very strong closing. Looking at the daily candlesticks, left to right is what we want to see. Nice, good buying pressure throughout the entire day. Everything looks really strong in this. Fission 3.0, another one that had a nice, good bounce. I was making comments. I said, what do we do on the back test? We buy the back tests. This is a back test right there. Looks good. Short term, still looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of a selling pressure at the tip there, a little wick, but still looks pretty good with this bullish engulfing right there, engulfing the few days before it. That usually means it wants to go higher. So that looks really good. And we moved higher. Would I buy it at this second? It's tough to say. I don't like buying in the middle of moves. I like buying when they're down here consolidating. Fission, bullish engulfing, usually it resolves upward. You can look at my older videos. I've talked a lot about that. We have a little bit of wick at the top. We could see this kind of pull back a little bit and then another launch higher. That's what I'm hoping to see. CCJ, Camco, finishing strong, moving up, big volume, bullish engulfing here, engulfing all these days before it. Guys, that looks really strong. Looks good. I think we're going to see a next leg higher. Looks really good. Kazatomprom having some problems down here. It's right at support. Hopefully that holds. I probably wouldn't be a buyer on it yet. Peninsula Energy right at the resistance line, trying to break out of that resistance. That guy is also looking quite good on a long-term perspective. We've broken the big long-term line, downtrend line. So that's a break. You usually get a kind of a move back and then a big surge higher. So hopefully you guys are positioned in the ones that you like. Boss Energy moving on up with the rest of the crew. Maybe got a little bit of resistance kind of through this guy here, which it's breaking out of. We're probably going to see a move higher. It could do a retest, guys. We could have a small pullback. Hard to say. Best thing you could do is be in this buying on. The best thing you can do is buy off these support lines and then just hold on, like I've been saying in all these different clips. It's not the time to be going in and out. Just let it make you money. If it goes down a little bit, don't be worried. Just hold on. This one's consolidated uranium. actually, surprisingly, it's a down day. One of few companies that were down. We are breaking this big pattern to the upside. It's resting on top of it. I actually like buying on top of these patterns, guys, and the volume's massive coming up in here. So it's usually a pretty smart idea to cost average in a little bit. A little confusing on why we were down a little bit today, but this is a good area to be looking at. Lotus Resources up 20% today. That's a big move. On the weeklies looks absolutely excellent. On the dailies looks excellent too. So we came down kind of tagging through here with some support. I kind of just randomly threw this in here. But you could say that it was something on the lines of, and all we're looking for is a contraction of a candlestick. You put that there, you could put that here. It doesn't really matter where you put it because it all contracted here on the right-hand side. So we've broken that to the upside. Looks good for a continued move higher. This is a very strong closing too. Looks great. UROY, one of my favorite kind of royalty companies. Big picture view, we kind of had this picture here where a little bit of resistance through here, it broke out, came back, did a retest, and then I'm looking for a move higher. We came back down here. I was a buyer where these circles were at for UROY. I loaded up in here, loaded up again at $3 on the I got it at $3 flat, I think. Somewhere in here I did. And in here I got it like $3. So I bought it on the way back up. And it's going. It's moving higher. Looks good. ENCUF, another one that's moving on higher. We've got the bullish engulfing here. It's engulfing the stuff before it. I actually bought some on this day here in my health savings account when the money became available because they swapped it over. And now it's moving on higher. Looks good. Finished strong. Not much to really say there, guys. Another bullish engulfing for UU. It engulfs all these before it. Makes it super strong. And we are moving higher. Looks good. URG, another one. Looks good. Bullish engulfing. Moving higher. UEC, 15% up today. Bullish engulfing on this. Moving on higher. Looks fantastic. Hopefully you guys are in it. If you like it, and it's finished strong. Looks great. LEU up 11%. Nice, good bullish engulfing here. That's the one I like. Should be a buyer there. I told people on the channel, you know, if you like LEU, I'd be buying it down here right now. And there's the move higher. Probably going to continue upward. LTBR, this is one that I bought a couple times in here and in here. I said, hey, look, if you like this here, this has got a lot of leverage. 23% up day today. This is probably one of the most leveraged moves. It finished strong. We'll see where this thing goes, guys. But on a long-term perspective, and this is where I buy, long-term downtrend line. We've broken the pattern. We zoom in here. This is a retest. This is what you should be doing. You get this nice big move. You wait for the retest. Here's the retest. Bullish engulfing. Buy, 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 and we'll probably see this move on up in a very hopefully a very big move to the upside for LTBR. ISENF, long-term looks good. It's been moving on up today. Still looks really good with the rest of the crew. Appy Energy moving on up 2.44%. This is still inside of its pattern. It does have some ties to rare earth metals, but this is a big pattern break. It's on a retest move, and then you'll see a big move higher eventually. DNN, Denison Mines, moving on higher. Bullish. I see a bullish engulfing over here. This guy here's a bullish engulfing. I left the line in there for everybody. It's moving higher, and we're getting that move. Blue Sky Uranium getting a little bit more leverage to the move. Nice big move higher, looking fantastic with the rest of the crew. Forum Energy Metals breaking outside of its pattern. A little bit bigger volume, big old break. I got the candlestick. Hopefully you guys are in it. Hold on to this. This is going to be a big move, guys. Hopefully you got some. AEC breaking. Almost a 30% up day. This was one that I bought, yeah, somewhere in here. I bought a little bit when somebody brought it up, and we'll probably see this eventually break this massive pattern. Actually, this might be a good one to enter, guys, if you want. Look for a down day, but if we break out of here, I mean, this could be a pretty big move. Laramide is Got a bullish piercing here, moving on up. And zooming on in, we got a 17% update. We're back within the pattern, moving on higher. So that one looks good. Western Uranium looking like it's breaking its downtrend line, moving higher with the rest of the crew. Finish strong, looks absolutely beefy there. Nice, beefy, strong move. UEXCF moving on up with the rest of the crew, and Mega Uranium at resistance of this guy coming down here. I just kind of threw that in there temporarily. It's probably not the best drawing there, but something on the lines of that. And if we break and close above it, we could see a pretty big move. So that's what I've got for today. Looks like my kid's run down here. He's making noise. Hopefully, hopefully the momentum can continue, guys.